it's Kelsey with Shipwreck Beads, and today I thought we'd do a little bit of Bead Fest recap, and I wanted to take you through one of the make and take workshops that I did. That was my favorite class that I taught over the weekend, and I wanted to share that with you. First off, I've been fighting a cold all weekend long, which was great at Bead Fest to be sick and have to be fighting that, and then I took the last 2 days off to sort of recover from the show and my cold, and so it's so I'm a little still stuffed up and my voice is kind of not back to normal, but I just wanted to do to check in with you guys at our normal video time. I'm excited to be back in the office. Got a lot of cleaning up and reorganizing to do from the show. As you can imagine, things get totally discombobulated, and some's not quite recovered from that. But it was a great weekend. I had an amazing time. Like I said before, it was my first show that I've ever been to, and not only that, I got to teach. I taught 6 different make and takes, and they were a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of you people who watched the videos. It was great all weekend to have people check in and be like, "Oh, you're Kelsey, I love your videos." So that was amazing to meet all of you. Thank you for all the kind words. But first, I think I want to go through and do a little show and tell of the stuff that I bought at the show, because I don't know if you've ever been to one of these, but the shopping is amazing. There are some incredible vendors, and I got some great stuff, and so I want to share that with you. First off, they had this gorgeous little make and take sort of free gift thing that they were giving out at the door. It's a little backpack, and it's got some wooden bangle bracelets. Comes with the instructions to make 3 different bracelets, and there's a selection of yarn that I don't know if I'll end up using it for the bracelets. I might end up using it for something else, but it's a pretty cool little gift bag. So we've got a bunch of different colors and got little Bead Fest ruler. And then it comes with some gold embroidery floss. So I've got to go check that out on the website to see exactly what to make with this stuff. So that was their like free little door prize gift. Honestly, I just wanted it for the cute backpack. How adorable is that? All right. So that was the free gift. And now on to the stuff that I bought. So I got to spend some time walking around the show, talking with people. I do apologize for not getting some videos up. It was hard since I was fighting a cold the whole time. I didn't want to talk more than I had to, and yeah, so I didn't get as many videos up as I wanted, but I did get a chance to meet and talk with a bunch of people. So I'm going to angle you down so that you can see what I got here. Lots of good stuff. Okay. So the first booth that I went to was Lipstick Ranch. So I know that's backwards, but the Lipstick Ranch, she does some really great rusted iron components. So I got a bunch of these pendant pieces. Love the skull. Got a arrowhead. Oh, thanks, Sharon. Yeah, it was so nice to meet all of you. And I apologize for not remembering everyone's names. But so these are all from the Lipstick Ranch. Some really cool stuff. My daughter's already trying to claim some things for herself, which, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I got these bracelet blanks because I found one of my coworkers sent me a picture of a really cool bracelet that had a druzy crystal sort of wire wrapped to the front of it, and I want to give that a try. So I got some of these, and these are all from the Lipstick Ranch. I got some of these pewter coin pendant things. So they've got a symbol on one side, and then on the back they have some really nice little messages. So I got those. But the shopping was just so much. There was so much more that I wanted to get than I did. Yeah, and Cara with the Lipstick Ranch, she's just amazing. She was so sweet. It was nice to get to meet her. Let's see, I got these little copper pendant pieces. Some little pendants for earrings, probably a little ring that's got some messages on it, and I got these really cool lobster claws that have sort of patterns on them. And I love the big lobster claws, so I'll probably be doing something with those. I don't know that I'll share those on the Shipwreck page, but I will probably share them on my own Instagram. So make sure you follow me on there. I'm Kelsy_C. Got to make sure and spell Kelsy right, of course. It's Kelsy. All right, and so this was from Anne with Gardan Beads. She does some really pretty enamel work. So I got some little birdies and some little butterflies. Probably going to make earrings out of these. I don't know. I might actually add these to the pair that I did the vintage patina on a couple weeks ago. I might have to add those to that. So, but we'll see. So that was from Gardan. All right. Next up, this is a really fun piece. She had some awesome ceramic components. This is from Strange and Wonderful Things. It's a Clarissa Callison on Etsy. Look at that. I can't wait to play with this guy. One of the other vendors, I was talking to them, and she said that she bought the pendant piece for her husband after he had a heart attack to make some for him. So I just think that's hilarious. So I got that. Lots of skulls. I really love the skulls and the skeletons. I'm a big fan. So that was from Strange and Wonderful Things. Let's see. These ones. So I've been a big fan of Christy Bowman for a while. She's actually local and she does some shopping with Shipwreck. But she does a lot of work with precious metal clay, and she does the copper clay. And so she has these little, every Halloween she comes up with these little skeleton pumpkin face pendants, and I just love them. And every year I seem to miss the boat and they sell out before I can get some. So I was actually able to score a pair this year, and I'm at the show, and I'm super excited to get a chance to play with these. And these are from Christy Bowman Designs. And I can't wait to play around with these. These are so much fun. Of course, really when it comes down to it, I'm more of a collector of things and less a maker of things. So I tend to just buy stuff and collect it, and it just kind of sits around, and I admire how beautiful it is. Okay, so now on to some gemstones that I got. Let's see if I can remember who these came from. So this is from New Century International Wholesaler. And let's see, so I got these cute little druzy beads. So I try whenever I do any shopping, of course, to get stuff that Shipwreck doesn't sell. So I got these cute little druzy beads, just a fun sparkle and texture to them. I might end up making some Seahawk stuff with this guy here. It's that nice, dark, sort of shiny, metallic blue. Well, I'm trying to not call it hoarding, because that has such a negative connotation to it, Gerald. But yes, it is technically hoarding. And then I got some crystals. These are just the China crystal, and they were $1 a strand, and I couldn't resist. So I got some really pretty like turquoise opaque colors, and then I got a strand of this matted crystal. Super fun. I can't wait to play around with those. I also got from these same people these ginormous druzy pendants. I already took the strand apart because I was looking at them, but they've got holes that sort of go through from end to end, and just fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. Yeah, collecting sounds so much better, doesn't it? But yeah, I don't know. I don't wear a ton of big jewelry, but I just couldn't resist these. I just love them. I love the big druzy pieces. We do sell some similar to these in the store. I might actually take some gold paint and paint around this in gold instead, because I prefer the gold look, but we'll see. I don't know. They might just collect dust. But they're huge and they're fun, and I couldn't resist them. And then I have a huge soft spot for sort of the rough, unfinished crystals. So I picked up a strand of these amethyst guys. that have sort of the rock on the back, and then they're just really rough and unfinished. I think I'll probably wire wrap some of these. And then again, some more rough stones. Sorry for the crinkling plastic. And then these ones, hold on, I gotta look on my... Okay, and so this last batch here came from West Rock Company. And so I got some more of the druzy beads from them. And I gotta say that this bead here, this specific bead, oh sorry, this bead was the reason I picked out this strand. Look at how pretty that is. So again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I couldn't resist. They had to come home with me. But I just love these druzy beads. And of course, I love the crystal points. And so these are an electroplated crystal. So they've got this really pretty sort of rainbow peachy color on it, and I had to get a strand of these. So that was my shopping at Bead Fest. So for these druzy beads, these two was West Rock Company, and then on the other stones it was New Century International Wholesale. So, but yeah, they had some big booths with just tables full to the brim of strand after strand of stones and beads, and it just, I was overwhelmed. There was so much that I wanted to buy that I didn't, and yeah, it just got a little crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and move these, and we'll actually go ahead and get started with our today's project. So what we're going to do today is make some chain scrap earrings. This was my favorite workshop that I did at Bead Fest. So it was one of the make and takes, and the way I set it up is I just kind of put random beads on every, so I had 5 sort of island tables that have 4 seats on each table, and I put different trays of beads. I put out findings and different chains, and so we just kind of talked about different chains and connections and how to utilize those pieces to make some cool stuff. And it was just my favorite make and take, I think, because everyone sort of got to have their own spin on it. There wasn't a specific kit or a specific project. It was just kind of a free-for-all. So first off, what I did is I started talking about the different types of chain and how to sort of look at the chain and how to use it. Because some chains are going to be soldered, so it's going to be a solid link. So when you just want 1 or 2 links of something, you're going to have to cut away a link to make it usable. So for something like this, you're going to have to cut 1 link in between to get 2 usable links for earrings. So, you know, everybody has, again, with the collecting or hoarding or whatever you call it, but I know with me, I tend to save every little scrap if it's still going to be usable, and then it just kind of sits around and I'm not ever sure what to do with it. So some chains, again, are going to be soldered. So these ones also have soldered links. So in order to take them apart, you're going to have to cut away a link to use it. Other links are going to be able to be opened like jump rings. So like this guy here, you can open it and take off the individual links, and this one has some smaller links in the middle. So now you have some different pieces that you can use for earrings or whatever, you know, you can even use them as accents for pieces. Other chains have more decorative links, and they've got links connecting them. Now you can reuse every part of this if it's not a chain that's going to need to be cut apart and that has soldered links. So so you can use each link. I mean, you could use each of these links as just a jump ring, and you can sort of change it up and mix and match, and there's lots that you can do with it. So we're just going to go ahead and make a pair of earrings, I think, out of this pair here. And so the way I did it is I had jars full of different colors of jump rings and ear wires, so that way everyone could kind of pick and choose. So if they wanted to use copper, then they've got the copper. I have head pins and all of that as well. But one of my favorite designs, it was one of my designs from the examples that I used, was with this chain. And so we're gonna go ahead and open up one of these links. And when you're opening the links with the chain, you always want to open them just like a jump ring. So from side to side. And that's going to preserve the shape of the chain. Oh, I need to take this guy off. So it's going to preserve the shape and the integrity of the loop. And some of these you might need to reform just a little bit so that they don't come apart. So we're going to have 2 pieces of that. Let's see, shut this guy up. So we'll put some these links back on here. But this was my favorite workshop, I think, because it allowed everyone to sort of get their own take on the project and to see sort of everyone else's creativity and see them use things that they wouldn't necessarily use, sort of get out of their box, or just kind of get a chance to experiment. And then to see what other people come up with that I wouldn't have necessarily thought of. It's really just a nice way to sort of be inspired and get that creativity out. Some head pins here. Let's see, what color should we use? I want these. So I had different colors of beads sat out on each table, and everyone got a chance to walk around and take a look at what it was on the different tables, because every table sort of had a different selection of stuff. So these are just some of the beads that I had out. All very random selection. Just kind of give everyone a chance to play around. Let's see. Alright, so now what we'll do, I'm going to put these beads on head pins. For these, I think I'm going to do wrapped loops, and then I'm going to attach them to each ring of this chain. So to make a wrap loop, I'm going to grab the wire at the very top of the bead. Then you're going to make a 90-degree bend in the wire. Then you're going to take your pliers and rotate them so that they rest in the notch and on top of the wire, and then you'll take the end and bring it around so that your wires cross. And you'll take your plier out, so you've got your loop there. You're going to grasp the loop and then continue wrapping that end around. And I prefer to make just a sort of messy loop because I think they're just easier to make. And then one great way to finish them up is to take your crimping pliers, and in the very front notch of the crimping pliers where it's got the round hole, you're just going to put that around your wrap, and that's going to help tuck in that end. But I think my end was just a little too long, so I'm going to take my pliers and finish that up, and then go back with the crimper. So then that helps just tuck that end in. So we'll do that with the rest of the beads here. So again, you're going to grasp at the top of your bead, make a 90-degree bend, rotate your pliers up and around, and then bring that end around and wrap. So I wrap as much as I can with my fingers, and then I'll go back with my pliers to tuck that end in. Or you can trim the end off. This doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish up one pair here. Sometimes to keep it from twisting, it helps to grab back in the loop and then take your pliers to pinch the rest of your loop down. Because sometimes when you go to pinch and tuck in that wire, it'll spin in the bead and it can make it kind of hard to get a good grip on it. Like it keeps doing here. Oh, come on, you. All right, try this 2-plier approach. All right, so now that I've got my beads done, I'm going to add them to my chain components. So the way I have my chain is I've got 1 link on the top and 3 links on the bottom. And I'm going to open up these links just like jump rings. I'm going to add on my beads, and then I'm going to shut the links. This is a great way to use up some of those chain scraps. Let's see, I don't like the way that looks. I might have to change that because I don't like how it hangs. Maybe if that was in the center. Sometimes you just gotta play around with it till you're happy with the configuration. Let's see. Not a huge fan of that either. That's all right. Hi, Ginger. All right. So I think you get the idea, but there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. I really like to do, I mean, you can make a chain tassel. Another good technique is to do just a real simple, pull something out real quick. Nope, there goes my bead. Alright, so for this one, I'm just going to cut away some links, and I want to make sure that they're the same size. So one trick that I like to do is I'll hang them from a head pin, and then that you can see how they're going to hang, and you want to make sure that your links are the same. So I'm going to trim that. And then we'll take these blue pearls. It's just a real quick design, and I've got my one-step looper. Love this tool. So to use the one-step looper, the bottom where the chains are at. Okay. So you're going to put the tool through. So under the pin, over the teeth, and there's a hole on the side, so you're going to go out the hole on the side and then squeeze. You're going to give your bead just a tip back, and that will give you your loop. So we're just going to connect that to the chain here. We're going to give that a pinch shut. I've got some ear wires. So we'll just add that to an ear wire. So this is a super easy way to make a pair of earrings. Of course, you might want to use a gunmetal earring wire. So again, one-step looper. You're going to put that bead on your head pin right through, squeeze, give your bead a little tilt back. Yeah, Myra, they're a really great tool. I know when they first came out, I was real skeptical because, you know, why need a tool to make a simple loop? But oh my gosh, it is a game changer. Whenever I teach a class at my daughter's school, and because I do a beading class there quite frequently, and we use the one-step looper, and it's so easy a kid can use it. So but how simple was that to just make a super quick pair of earrings? So there's one pair right there. So we can whip up another pair really quick. I love this decorative chain with these links because they're so pretty, and you can use them really easily to make a pair of earrings. So we're just gonna take off. So the links in here are just kind of like a little thing like that. It is a great tool. So we're just gonna open up these links because we don't need them. I'm gonna take that out. Use these guys. I want the round links. We need some gold head pins. And let's see. What color should we use with the gold? How about these coppery guys? Ooh, I have an idea. So we'll use the one-step looper with these two, so it'll be really quick to make these. They are $28.97, I believe. They're about $30, so. But just go on our website and look one-step looper, and you'll see them on there. Just going to put that on there. You do need to be careful with some of the smaller beads, and also with the thinner gauge head pins. They don't work quite as well, and you can crack some beads if you try and use the smaller beads, like a smaller cut crystal or gemstone. I would recommend, if it's anything that's pretty valuable, that you still make your regular loop by hand. just because, you know, if you get too close, you can crack your bead, and that's always real sad. But look at how quick that I've made these just with this tool. Some more head pins. I'm going to redo this one because that one didn't quite turn out. It does take a little bit of practice, but I think that's true with any new tool or technique. It's going to take you a while to get a hang of it. But just like that, I've made how many loops? You have to be real careful, Myra, with those smaller bicones. I've broken several of them using them with the looper. So just be careful and try not to get too close to the pin here, or to the tooth, or whatever you want to call it, this part here. You have to line your bead right up there, but with the crystals I would recommend not getting all the way close to it, just in case. So the looper does leave a little bit of space, so it's not quite a completely closed loop, but that's okay in my eyes, because usually you're going to want to connect that loop to something. So if it's not completely closed, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Connect these onto this loop, or this hoop here. Oh, it keeps twisting on me. Come on there, buddy. Oh, and I do apologize for the sniffles. It's that time of year, cold season, woohoo. All right, so get those connected. Can't tell, I'm in a real fall color palette kind of mood today. So whenever you make earrings, what I like to do is have them be opposite. So this one here, I've got turquoise, copper, gold. So on this one, I'm going to do gold, copper, turquoise. So that way they're going to be sort of mirror images of each other. Because I think visually that's going to look better on a pair of earrings. I don't like it when they're the same. So I like them to be sort of mirror of each other, so that when you wear them, the part that's closer to your face is going to be the same on each one. So now I'm going to just add these to a pair of ear wires. Get them out of my little ear wire bundle here. There we go. These are just the shepherd's hook ear wires. So they go like this, and then you just slip on your piece, and then you're going to just pinch it shut. And you have a super cute pair of earrings. And super simple. So that was my chain scrap earring class at Bead Fest. I'm going to go ahead and angle you up. All right. Oh, a little bit more. So that was the chain scrap earring class that I did at Bead Fest. I believe that was on Saturday. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time, again, meeting with everyone and getting a chance to see all of your beautiful faces that watched this video. So thank you for everyone who checked in and said hi while they were at Bead Fest. I really appreciated that. Yeah, so we'll be back on Friday at 4 o'clock with another video. If you've got some suggestions of what you'd like to see, I'm always happy to hear it. I think we might be doing some Halloween projects. I've got some costume ideas and some accessories for that I'm going to be working out. And so I hope to see you there Friday at 4 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.